This is CBY, Christian Broadcasting of Yakima, your local Trinity Broadcasting Network affiliate, bringing to our valley quality Christian programming for over 20 years.
Hello, and thanks for joining us for Good News in the Valley, your local Christian news magazine. First, we'll chat with the lead pastor of Dad's House, who was recently a contestant on the nationwide program Master Chef. Next, we'll have details about the Union Gospel Mission's upcoming event, Evening of Hope. Then, we'll share some information about the back-to-school drives currently being headed up by local churches. Find out how you can join in and bless a child this school year. We'll also have some information on kids clubs and youth groups starting up again this fall. And finally, we'll close in song with Witness, a mixed ensemble from Heartland Bible Baptist College. Now, Sean Niles, lead pastor of Dad's House, was a contender on Master Chef, a competitive cooking reality show opened to amateur chefs. Sean is here to talk about his experience as well as his opportunity to be a witness for Christ. Let's join Heidi with that interview.
Hi, Sean.
Hey.
Thanks for being on Good News in the Valley.
Well, thank you for having me.
Now, before we get into your television debut on Master Chef, very exciting, give us some backstory on yourself and your family.
So my name is Sean Niles, and I'm the pastor of Dad's House Church here in Yakima, and I'm a native of Yakima. I grew up here, born and raised here, and this is my city. And so I'm married to my wife, Tennille, who is from Trinidad in the Caribbean, and then we have a 2.5-year-old son named Asher, who's our miracle child.
Wonderful.
And so we have an amazing family and looking to build that in the future, but that's what we got right now.
Wonderful. Tell us how you became a follower and believer of Jesus Christ.
I grew up in a home that my parents were serious followers of Jesus Christ. The love that my parents had for Jesus was evident for as long as I can remember. And so we were churchgoers my whole entire life. We would be at church every single Sunday. Every time the doors were open, we were there. And just part of an incredible body of believers who loved Jesus. And it was very natural to make that decision for myself to follow him.
How has being a believer impacted your life?
In a lot of ways, honestly,
Yes.
in good ways and bad ways. I think that the honest reality of following Jesus Christ is that the moment that you choose to follow him, not everything is perfect. Not everything is the way that you wish it could be.
Exactly.
But it's real and it's honest and it's life. And so for me, I think I've experienced the gamut of what it means to follow Jesus Christ. And wonderful experiences from dramatic experiences to experiences of life and death that are painful, and expecting a miracle and not getting one. And expecting a miracle and seeing that miracle. And all of those different things that that come into play when you start thinking about following a living God that's so much bigger than just what you read in the Bible.
Now, great stuff in God's Word. All
Absolutely.
of it. But if you had to pick a favorite scripture or Bible story right now, what would it be?
So when Jesus is talking to his disciples in John 14, he says in verse 12, anyone who believes in me will do the things that I'm doing and greater. And that's really become my life verse. I think if I want to experience anything out of God's Word, it's that. Our mission as a church is that everyone would experience everything that the Father intended when Jesus said, come follow me. And so when I think about what that means, I think about Jesus saying this, that anyone, and he's not just talking about the disciples and those who are living in that time frame.
Right.
He says anyone who believes in me will do the things that I'm doing and greater. And when he tells his disciples what that's supposed to look like in Matthew 10, he says, preach the gospel, heal the sick, raise the dead, cast out demons, and cleanse lepers. Those are the things that Jesus was doing.
Right.
And I believe with all of my heart that those are the things that Christians should be doing today.
Right. Now, like you said, you're the lead pastor of Dad's House. Talk about how God led you into that role of being a pastoral
Well,
position?
we've been in ministry for over 15 years, mostly in youth pastor positions.
Yes.
We've served in just about the full gamut of everything you can do in church, and except for lead pastor. And so I had no desire for that. I loved being a youth pastor. In fact, we got to hang out a little bit when I was a
Yes,
youth pastor.
I remember that,
back
yes.
in the day.
Back in the
day. We just wanted to do that. We love working
Yes.
with young people and helping them do what Jesus did.
Right.
And in 2014, I really began to sense that God was saying it was time to move into more of a lead pastor role and to start a church. And I avoided that like the plague. I did not want to do that. And so I fought that with all of my heart. I had people all around me saying, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. And I was rebuking them in Jesus' name. And finally, it just came down to me sitting down one day and I was praying and I just felt like the Lord said, when are you going to stop skirting this mountain and climb it?
Right.
And I said, all right, if you want me to start a church, then you're going to have to do it. You have to open up every door. You have to make this happen.
Wow.
And little by little, slowly but surely, honestly, it wasn't slow. It was really fast, quite honestly. He began to open up every single door.
Wow.
And we walked through those doors. And what started out as rebellion and us not wanting to do this, I can't imagine doing anything else.
Isn't that something?
I love being a pastor. I love my people. And I remember 6 months down the road after we had started the church, I was just thinking through our journey and what God had done and everything that had taken place. And I just heard him laughing. And I said, what are you laughing at? He said, well, I'm laughing at you. I said, why are you laughing at me? And he said, because you've been telling everybody how hard you made this on me and how difficult you wanted this to be to start a church. And I said, well, yeah, that's part of the story. And he said, you didn't make it hard on me. He said, you got out of the way so that I could do everything in my power that I never intended you to do in yours.
Wow.
And I remember just falling on my knees and weeping and going, God, you're so much better than I realized. You're so much more good than I give you credit for. And
that's awesome.
That's been our story. He's done it the whole way through, and we've simply followed and said yes and walked through the doors that he's opened for us.
Talk more about Dad's House and the service hours.
So Dad's House, we seek to be a church that is planted within our city. I tell people all the time, my heart is not to get all of Yakima into Dad's House, but to get all of Dad's House into Yakima, so that our people can serve our city. We really want to serve our city with everything that we are. And so we meet on Sundays for our main service, which is inside Melody Lane, the Dance and Drama Academy on 24th Avenue.
Okay.
And we meet on Sundays at 10:30 in the morning. And then we have small groups and activities throughout the week.
Wonderful. Now, about the ministries, what does Dad's House offer Yakima?
So apart from our Sunday morning services, we offer small groups throughout the week.
Okay.
And then we also are partnered with the Healing Rooms of Yakima with Paul and Beth Stadler. And so we support their ministry and everything that they're doing. We also have an amazing outreach ministry called Dad's Heart. And the whole, the point to Dad's Heart is to serve those we call our street family, our homeless in Yakima.
Okay,
and
wonderful.
so they go out once a month on a Saturday, and they take them food, they take them clothing, and it's just been an amazing, amazing ministry. Donna Mazzalorso is our pastor over that ministry, and she heads that up. And then we also have a ministry to McClure Elementary. It's a school that we've adopted, and we serve them throughout the year, whether it is staffing their extracurricular activities or mentoring kids, tutoring. And Sandra Rowan is the one who heads that up, and she does an amazing job.
Okay.
And then most recently, we've created a business ministry, and the business ministry seeks to pastor business leaders in our community.
Wow.
And through coaching, through mentoring, through helping to create opportunities for businesses to grow so that Yakima can be economically thriving.
Now, one hobby that you enjoy is cooking, which led to your television debut on Chef Ramsay's show, MasterChef.
Yeah.
So tell us, how did that all come about?
So MasterChef has been a show that I've watched for a long time. I love Chef Ramsay. I think he's incredibly fun to watch. A little crazy, a little brash, in a good way.
Never a dull moment.
Exactly. You always know you're going to get good TV when you watch these shows.
Right.
And so in 2009, I had created a bucket list, and I said it was one of my dreams to be able to cook for him on a cooking show. And so someone had sent me a message last year saying that there were going to be auditions in Portland. And so I called up one of my buddies and I said, let's go do this. Let's see if we can try out. And got in and tried out and made my food and impressed the producers who were there.
Okay.
And it just started this string of events that every time I would make it to the next level, I'm going, I can't believe this is happening. Until finally I received a phone call saying, we want you to come down to LA and we're going to give you a shot to be on the show.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's something that we don't see at home.
Yeah.
So before the show, before you're even a contestant, you have to beat out all these other people.
Absolutely.
How many do you know how many you had to beat out?
Yeah, there were 34,000 people that tried out this year for MasterChef. Yeah. Wow. And so that was really an incredible accomplishment for me. I was blown away, and I was also the only person from Washington State who made it on the show this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, and I've never seen MasterChef. I've seen many of Chef Ramsay's shows, but this is one I hadn't seen, and I watched it because of you. And so one of the dishes that you were cooking was fried chicken.
Yeah.
So talk about that. Was that good for you? Were you excited about it, or a little hesitant?
So I love fried chicken, you know, and I think the expectation was we've got a couple pastors; they must both love fried chicken,
right?
And so we were both really excited to cook our dish for the judges,
right?
And my competitor was amazing. We developed a really close friendship, and so there was no animosity between us as we were cooking. We were just having a really good time.
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah. The hugs that you saw us giving each other were real. I was so excited for her. When I didn't get my white apron, I was still so proud to be able to know that someone that I really loved and respected was getting to go on, and so that was really cool. Yeah.
And when you're up there and watching at home, you two are both up there, you're competing against somebody, and not only are you doing it in front of 3 judges, including Chef Ramsay, but you're doing it under a certain amount of time, and they ask you questions, from what I saw. Is that stressful?
So I know that for a lot of people, this was definitely a new experience, and so getting up every morning, I'm going, okay, I need to get myself prepared, and so I had a real serious routine, and I'd get up, I would read my Bible, I would pray, and then I just asked for peace. And so I think if I had not done that, it would have been a much different situation, because it is the most stressful situation that you can think about being in. You're competing for a huge amount of money. You're competing in front of incredible judges on national television. The stress is all there. I mean, I don't know how it gets any higher.
Yeah.
So for me, that was really what calmed me down at the end of the day, is just knowing that I had an inner peace that was going to sustain me through that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And also watching from home too, you two, I couldn't tell who was going to move forward because they both said great things about your chicken. But the one thing, what do you think that was? Was it the coloring? There was slightly different coloring between hers and yours. Was that the only?
Well, she nailed her chicken. I mean, at the end of the day, she really did an amazing job creating traditional fried chicken. Mine was a little bit out of the box, and so I was doing something that was more along my culinary point of view.
It looked delicious, though.
It
gave
was
it
good.
Character. Yeah.
And it was really good. Apart from it being a little bit darker than what I wanted or maybe what they wanted, the rest of the dish was great.
And that's the main thing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know, with Chef Ramsay, I've seen a couple of his shows. Like you said, he's such a character. He says the funniest things. And he can also say it like it is. I mean, how do I put this? Very colorfully.
Yeah.
And then I've seen him on some shows, and you see a compassion, caring side. And I was like, wow. Now, you've met him and kind of been around him. What do you think of Chef Ramsay?
I thought he was great. I was so excited to be there. And, you know, you never know what to expect. You never know. I kept thinking, if I mess it up, it's going to be bad. I'm going to get it, you know? And part of me was going, well, but that's who he is. That could be kind of fun, you know? And so I wanted to do well, but I thought, hey, it's going to be an experience no matter what. What really is the truth at the end of the day is that he cares. He is so passionate about what he's doing, and he's invested himself in these people that are on the show.
And you can see that in every single one of his shows.
Absolutely. And so he is committed to helping all of us become better chefs so that we can do something that we're really proud of. And he wants to be proud of us at the end of the day.
Right. So go ahead and take us behind the scenes. Tell us what you experienced and how you prepared for such a huge production.
Well, you know, I did a lot of practicing at home. I mean, I was cooking more than I ever cook. I was doing something every day. I was timing myself. I was making sure that I could get certain things done within a certain time frame.
Right.
Because I knew that's the whole point, is that you have a certain amount of time, and they're not messing around. They really mean that. If it says 30 minutes, you've got 30 minutes. It's not production. And so I worked really hard to make sure that I was really practiced up as much as I could be, and still not knowing what they're going to throw at you at the end of the day. When I got there, it was then all about building relationships, because the people that I met that were part of the cast, that were those who were trying out for the show, just became close family.
Right.
And so we still talk to this day. We're still all good friends. We're still communicating back and forth and seeing what everybody is doing and the successes that everyone is having.
Right.
It's really amazing. So
right before they announced, the one that you were competing against, she was able to move on. But Chef Ramsay, I noticed, looked at you, and he gave you, I don't remember what he said exactly, but it was a really nice compliment.
Yeah.
And coming from Chef Ramsay, if you get a compliment, that means a lot, and you savor that moment. And I remember just like, yes, go Sean, because you don't see it that often. But when they went back to you, your eyes said a lot, that it really meant something to you. Can you talk about how you were feeling at that moment?
So food is really important to me. As a pastor, I've used food so many times to build relationship with people. Sitting around a table and being able to build a relationship while eating an incredible meal, that's ministry. It's food, but it's ministry. And so this is something I want to do for the rest of my life, and I want to take it to the next level. And so standing there in front of one of my culinary heroes and having him look at me and say, Sean, it's clear that you were born to serve your community, but it's also clear that you were born to cook. Blew my mind, and I thought, I'm going to lose it on national television. I don't think he could have said anything more meaningful for me. And so hearing that from someone as important in the food industry as Gordon Ramsay, that's something I'll keep with me for the rest of my life.
Go ahead and give us some of your favorite recipes.
So the dish that I tried out with is the dish that I first had in Italy. We went in 2012, and we spent some time in Florence and went to a little shop that was serving porchetta. And I tried it, and it blew my mind, and I thought, I will do whatever it takes to go home and learn how to make this. So
what is that exactly?
Porchetta is a pork loin that is stuffed with herbs and spices and toasted spices, coriander and fennel, lemon zest, and then it's wrapped in a pork belly. And then that's seasoned as well. And you take that and you smoke that for about 6 hours. And afterwards, you top it with whatever different toppings you want. Everybody does it differently. But my signature dish is the porchetta topped with a hazelnut gremolata, which is hazelnuts and parsley and lemon zest and capers, and a lemon caper aioli. So a lemon mayo, if you will. If someone's not familiar with the term
delicious.
aioli. And so that was the dish that I tried out with. That's the dish that got everybody's attention when I first tried out.
Wonderful. Now, since your debut, you've launched a 3-month culinary program called Urban Kitchen, and that's through Dad's House and YPOW. So go ahead and expand on that.
So I went to a forum on violence in Yakima, and I heard different speakers that were coming on behalf of the city. One of those speakers was Joe Willis, who is the director of YPOW, and he talked about how that they're serving 200 to 300 kids a month, and there's not very many people who are coming and volunteering to serve with him. And I thought, this is something that we could get behind. And how could we do that? Well, we found out that they had a commercial kitchen, and I thought maybe we could start a program where we could bring kids in, we could teach them how to cook, we could teach them business skills. And then what if at the end of that 3-month program, they could run their own restaurant for 3 nights? And so we put together this program, and we began to build excitement within the community. We hosted a big fundraiser dinner where many leaders in the community came out and were very supportive of what we were trying to accomplish. And we launched Urban Kitchen almost a month ago. It's almost about a month in.
What a fun thing.
Yeah, and so it's been exciting for the kids because they're coming in. Our goal is to reach at-risk kids, those who are maybe at risk for being brought in by gangs, or maybe who are coming from poverty situations or drug-addicted situations. Whatever the case may be, we want to reach these kids, and we want to give them an opportunity to do something meaningful, something that matters, to be able to release hope into their lives, and to be able to give them some skills that maybe they wouldn't otherwise get. And so as we've brought them in, we've developed an amazing team. Our head chef is Chef Julie, and Julie is a classically trained French chef. She's a graduate of Le Cordon Bleu, and so she is the head director of the program. And then we also have Dave Allen, who is from Allen Brothers Fruit, and he is our business director. And so he's going to be teaching the kids how to start their own business, how to run their own business, marketing, all of those different things, so that at the end of this 3 months, they can market and run their own restaurant for 3 nights.
Wow. Where can parents get more information on this, and how do they get their kids signed up?
So we're getting ready to start another run, and so it's going to be another 3-month program. It starts in August. If parents want to sign their kids up, they should go to our church website, which is www.dadshousechurch.org/Urban Kitchen. And they can find all the information, they can find our application, and they can fill it out right there and send it. We get it, and then we're going to start doing interviews in the next coming weeks.
Wonderful. Sean, is there anything that you would like to share with our youth of today?
So I think it's really important that our young people hear that God is a father. And because he's a father, he's looking to get his kids back. And that's all of his kids, regardless of how old you are, regardless of whether you've been doing this Christian thing for a long time, or whether you're watching this, maybe you stumbled across this program and you're going, what am I watching? But something caused you to stay and listen so that you could hear this truth, that God is a father, he's your father, and he wants his kids back. He wants you back. And he wants to get you back so that he can make you a son, so that he can make you a daughter who is filled with his power to make a difference right there where you are in this city or wherever you're watching from. You matter. You matter so much to the kingdom of God. And if you will hear that truth and you'll receive God as your Father, everything in your life can change. Everything can be different. And you can live a life that maybe you thought was never possible, but the life that you've always dreamed of.
Thank you so much, Sean, for coming on to the show.
Thanks
It's
so
been
much.
such
Thank
a pleasure.
you. It's been so good to be here. Thank you so much.
And may God bless you.
Thank you.
I'm Heidi Schoaf, reporting for CBY. Skip, back to you.
I don't know, Sean. I think you should have won. Your chicken looked finger-licking good to me. Thank you, Heidi and Sean. Now join the Yakima Union Gospel Mission's Evening of Hope at the Yakima Convention Center Thursday, September 28th at 6 p.m. with dinner included. Come be part of the celebration and rejoice with stories of redemption and renewal from graduates of the mission's New Life program whose lives have been transformed by hope. There will be a special performance by virtuoso violinist and inspirational speaker Roddy Chung, who is considered to be one of the world's premier violinists. He's best known for his high-energy performances and multiple tours with Celine Dion and the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Don't miss this opportunity to participate in reshaping and restoring lives. Register at www.ugm.org/Evening of Hope. Now, back to school is just around the corner. Buying new school bags and supplies for some families can be a real struggle. So churches are coming together with support to help supply these items, as well as weekend food packs and weekly ministries for children and youth. If you'd like to contribute or have your child get involved, please contact the following churches. Ellensburg Calvary is collecting school supplies and backpacks to support kids at the local elementary school. Visit discoverliberty.org for more details. Together Church has adopted Barge Lincoln School and will be providing school supplies all year to students in need. The church will also host a back-to-school bash for Barge Lincoln students. There'll be hot dogs, bouncy houses, face painting, Army tanks, Yakima Police Department, and more. All Barge Lincoln students that come to the bash receive a backpack full of supplies. Westside Church is supporting Summit View School. All backpacks and school supplies will benefit kids attending that elementary school. If you can help, please contact the church. East Valley Foursquare is helping meet the needs of children who attend Terrace Heights Elementary with school supplies and snacks the entire school year. The food collection is ongoing in the lobby of the church. Food backpacks for kids. East Valley Reformed Church supports kids in the East Valley School District. Backpacks filled with food can be picked up on Fridays and returned to the church on Mondays during the entire school year. Yakima Alliance Church has adopted Nob Hill Elementary School with Food for Kids backpack program. The church fills the backpacks on Friday with food, and the kids then return them on Monday to the church. Don't miss the fun. At the end of summer on August 23rd, the Yakima Alliance Church will host a fun-filled luau for kids from 6 to 8 p.m. There will be Hawaiian hot dogs, water balloons, a slip and slide, games, and more. Call the church at 509-966-9111 to obtain more info. Stone Church is collecting new backpacks for students attending Garfield Elementary School. If you can help bring a smile to a child this school year by donating a backpack, please drop it by the church office. The No Kid Hungry Project provides weekend meal packs for kids during the school year who attend Summit View and White Hollow schools. If you can help with outreach, please contact West Valley Foursquare Church at 509-972-3303. New Hope Community Church will provide a homework club with tutoring every Wednesday for students attending Terrace Heights Elementary grades 1st through 5th. Starting off with snacks at 3:45 p.m., homework at 4 to 5 p.m., Bible at 5 to 6 p.m., and concluding with a family dinner at 6 p.m. Awana offers children a fun, proven approach for early evangelism and discipleship. Kids can join Awetan and Pioneer Church for Awana on Wednesdays from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Selah Covenant Church welcomes kids to their Awana program Tuesdays from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And Memorial Bible Church's Awana starts September 6th and meets every Wednesday from 6:15 to 8 p.m. Stone Church offers Kids World, a unique ministry designed just for children ages infant through 5th grade. Come join in the excitement and experience a world where kids meet Jesus on their level. Kids World meets Wednesday at 6:30 to 8 p.m. Visit stonechurch.us for more info. Mountain View Christian Fellowship offers a Pioneer Club for grades K through 6th and youth group for older students grades 7th through 12th. Groups meet on Wednesdays throughout the school year from 6 to 7:30 p.m. Attention all Hoover students. Bethel Church of the Nazarene will be hosting an exciting back-to-school bash at Hoover School on August 28th. Kids can enjoy hot dogs, snacks, and cotton candy. School supplies will be given to Hoover Elementary for distribution. Contact the church for more information. Chestnut Street Baptist Church in Ellensburg hosts Cornerstone Kids Club every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. for children in grades 1 through 5. Get your child signed up now. Great opportunity. Visit the website for more details. Ellensburg's Chestnut Street Baptist Church also offers Ignition, a dynamic ministry for youths grades 6 through 12 that gather at the church on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Ignition offers Bible discussion, application, prayer, and fun. Every first Wednesday of the month, Westside Church offers kids ages 3 years to 5th grade and their families an opportunity to come together and have fun learning about Jesus at the FX Family Experience. Families will participate in interactive games, activities, worship, and Bible teaching, starting September 13th from 6:30 to 8 p.m. Proverbs 22:6 says, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." What our children know and believe about God, about Jesus, and about the Bible make a big difference in how they live and what happens in their life. Now please, pray for Donald and Melania Trump and his entire administration as the mainstream media and the Washington swamp continue their fake news onslaught against him as he boldly fights for our Judeo-Christian heritage, our Constitution, and our religious liberties. Thank God we didn't elect another Republican wimp, but a street fighter, as this is what it takes to defeat the godless, liberal left in America. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.
Hello, we are Witness from Heartland Baptist Bible College in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. This summer we are traveling in the West Coast, and our mission is to go to churches throughout the West Coast and to preach and to sing good godly music in those churches. I am Bryce Johnson from Ellicott, Colorado, and I'm a 4th-year pastoral major.
My name is Rachel Talarita. I'm a 2nd-year youth major from Chicago, Illinois.
Hello, my name is Katie Combweedle. I'm a 4th-year elementary missions major from Fairgrove, Missouri.
My name is Carolyn Talarita, and I am a 3rd-year youth major from Chicago, Illinois.
Hi, my name is Abby Nance, and I am a 4th-year church education major from Tampa, Florida.
My name is Brian Wilson. I'm a 3rd-year pastoral major from Ypsilanti, Michigan.
And my name is Chase Motorell. I am a 3rd-year music major from Timmonsville, South Carolina.
I'll never forget that wonderful day when Jesus saved my soul. I knelt down at an old-fashioned altar, oh how the glory did roll. I went to him on bended knee and left there with a shout. I'll never forget that wonderful day when Jesus called me out.
He called me out.
He called me out and I answered, Savior.
He spoke my name.
He spoke my name and I answered, Lord.
He filled my cup.
He filled my cup with an everlasting water. I'll never forget that wonderful day when Jesus called me out. They tell me the moment I received Christ, the angels marched around. With lifted wings they sang love story, a sinner now's been found. My name was written in the book and it shall never fade. I'll never forget that wonderful day, the day that I was saved.
He called me out.
He called me out and I answered, Savior.
He spoke my name.
He spoke my name and I answered, Lord.
He filled my cup.
He filled my cup with an everlasting water. I'll never forget that wonderful day when Jesus called me out.
He called me out.
He called me out and I answered, Savior.
He spoke my name.
He spoke my name, and I answered, Lord.
He filled my cup.
He filled my cup with that everlasting water. I'll never forget that wonderful day. I'll never forget that wonderful day. I'll never forget that wonderful day when Jesus, He brought me out.